guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a skin-based tutorial. I'm going to show you how I create my long-lasting, flawless looking base, and it's going to be super in-depth. It's probably going to be a long video, so I suggest you grab some tea or some snacks to keep you going. Alright, I've just put up my hair because as usual it's very hot here in Cape Town, but I've already prepped my skin. If you want to see a video on how I prep my skin and all that, I like to do it about half an hour to an hour before I do my makeup to really let it soak in and like let my skin get the benefits of the products that I'm using. So I've already prepped my skin, so the first thing I'm going to do is go in with foundation. The first product I'm using is the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation. It's quite a tongue twister, but it is insane. I'm in the shade 2.20 NO. This is my shade. It is fabulous. It's the nicest foundation I've ever tried. If you guys follow my Instagram, I'm sure you have seen me talk about it on there. Like, it is so nice. So let me show you exactly why I love it. I'm just taking some of the foundation off the little palette that it comes with, and I'm just going to start applying it to my face. I like to work in light layers so I can build it up, because I find if you go in with like the thickest layer first, it just looks super cakey and it doesn't look like your skin. So I just like to go in with really light layers, and then I can build it up if I need. Usually I would go in with a color corrector under my eyes to counteract that blue and just dark, tired looking eye, but I must have gotten a good sleep last night because my eyes are not looking too bad, and I know that my concealer will be able to cover that and make it look really nice. But if I were to go in with a color corrector, I would use this by Made by Mitchell. It's his blush in Can't Cope with Coral. It's insane, my favorite blush as well, but it works really nicely because it's a cream product that's super lightweight to go on my eyes and just counteract that blue. I've gone in with one layer of my foundation and I'm pretty happy with the coverage. I don't feel that I need to go in with a second layer. My skin is not doing too bad at the moment, which I'm very grateful for. But here and my eyes, I'll be able to fix with my concealer, so I'm not going to go in with any more foundation on that. But what I like to do is just take the excess on my beauty blender or brush, whatever you're using, and just blend that on my forehead, because personally for me, I don't have as many problems that I'm trying to correct on my forehead, and that's where I get the most oily as well. So by using just what's left over on your brush or beauty blender on your forehead just helps to give you that really nice light coverage. Like, you don't feel like you're wearing makeup. It doesn't really look like you're wearing that much makeup. It just looks flawless. Now I'm going to go in with my concealer. I use the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in shade C2. These I find are like the nicest concealers I've tried. I way prefer them over MAC and anything high-end like that. They work so well and they perform like a high-end concealer. So I'm just going to add a little bit here, and I'm going to bring it up here because you also get, well, my dark circles run up there. So I'm just going to add it up there, and I'll be able to blend it onto my lid as well to complete the coverage. A little bit on the outside. I don't really need any over here, so I'm not going to add excess product that I don't need. And a little bit around my nose because I do get quite red, and then just cover those spots. Same thing, I'm just going to go into my beauty blender and blend out all that concealer that I placed. Then I'm just bringing the concealer that I have here, and I've blended it just following the bottom of my lash line up in that same line, and you can see it creates that like lifted look. And then make sure that you really focus on blending out the inner corner. You can see already how much it's opened my eyes by placing it in this sort of crescent shape. It is quite a hard place to blend. Sometimes I like to use a little fluffy concealer brush to really blend it out, but this beauty blender, it's got quite like a narrow tip, and I squeeze it so it gets in those creases perfectly. I've also brought my concealer over my eyelids just very lightly to consistently go with that coverage, because if you're just going to leave your eyelids like no product on top, no concealer or eyeshadow base, it's just going to look very odd that you've got no coverage on your eyes, because I have quite veiny eyelids, as you can see, but it just helps to make everything look more cohesive and natural. Guys, I could sit here blending my foundation for hours. I love blending. Now I'm going to go in with the Made by Mitchell blush, which I was talking about earlier, in Can't Cope with Coral. It's the prettiest summer shade ever. So gorgeous. And you literally need the smallest amount with these. They are so pigmented. They are my favorite blushes ever. I love cream products at the moment, and this is by far my favorite cream blush I've ever tried. So I'm just going to go in with the fatter end of my beauty blender and just focus it where we've placed. I'm not going to move it down too much because keeping it up on my cheekbones helps to lift the face. So I'm sort of going to bring it out to the tail of my eyebrow and out to the corner of my eye there. And look how easy that blend was. It is insane. Now that I have gone in with my liquid blush, I'm going to go in with my cream bronzer slash contour. I prefer using bronzer, doing like a bronzer kind of thing. Contour just looks way too cool toned on me and it makes me look so ashy and dead. So I like to use bronzer as my contour. I'm going to go in with the side of my sponge and use the Healthy Glow bronzing cream from Chanel. Smells insane. And I'm just placing this on the top of the hollows of my cheeks. I don't want to place it right in the hollows because then that's going to drag my face down, and blending it into my blush really flawlessly so everything is cohesive. I like bringing my bronzer in my temples and in the outer corner of my eye just to create that lifted effect again, and it gives you that like really sun-kissed look. And then just on the edges of my forehead. I just cannot get over how well this cream bronzer blends. It blends so effortlessly, like glowing goddess, bronzed goddess. I'm just going in with my RCMA loose setting powder, the translucent one, just to set my under eyes nicely, and it like melts your pores away somehow. I don't know how, but this stuff's magic. Then I'm also just setting my T-zone because that is where I get most oily. So the reason I didn't set my blush and bronzer with the setting powder that I used for the rest of my face is because I'm going to go in with a powder blush and a powder bronzer to set that. I'm using the Essence Matte Touch blush in the shade Peach Me Up. It's such a nice, it looks very pinky. Okay, well in person it looks very pinky, on camera it looks peachy, but this is literally the color that it comes out. And it just gives you that beautiful like blush from within. And then again, I'm just placing that powder blush where I placed my cream blush. As we can see, I like a lot of blush. It's my favorite product ever. But now I'm gonna go in with my powder bronzer in Give Me Sun from MAC. Really, really nice bronzer, and it's really nice to drag through the crease as well. A good tip is to hold your brush almost like vertical and push the bronzer up into your blush again to just lift your face. I like to use a small little brush with the same bronzer, and now just focus that in the outer corners of my eye and dragging it and mixing it into the bronzer on my temples. Then bringing it in this inner corner here and just down onto the bridge of my nose. Now I'm going to go in and set my face, and it's not really setting for me, it's more blending all the products together with a mist. I've never found a setting spray that actually keeps my makeup on all day. Maybe it's because I'm oily skinned, but it's more to melt all the products in together. So I like to use the Body Shop Rose Dewy Glow Face Mist. I literally drench my face in mist, as you can see. So if you are an oily skin queen like me, but like the glowy look, but also don't want your makeup to come off in 5 minutes after you put it on, I like to go in with that same translucent powder that we used before, right after we've set and melted everything together with that spray, and just press it in with the lightest layer, just around this area, my lip, my chin, and my forehead, just to keep everything not matte. It still looks glowy, as you can see on the sides, it looks very nice and glowy, but just to keep it put for the day. It's not going to move anyway, it's not going anywhere. So I've just set those little areas once again, just to make sure my makeup doesn't run away from me during the day. Now I'm going to go in with the last step of my skin routine and use the Becca Backlight priming filter, or any sort of glowy priming cream, like the MAC strobe cream works really well as well. But I like this, I'm also trying to finish this up, but I like this just to put it on the high points of my cheeks and underneath my brow a bit. I find something like this works so much better for me than any like highlight powder, because I find during the day I get oily here and then it just looks like I've got this like glitter and oil, a lot of oil on my face. So I prefer to use something like this. I just like to put some on the back of my hand and use my finger and take really small amounts and then just tap it. Like, look, that's insane. And just tap it onto my skin. I like to go in with small amounts first so that I can build it up. I don't want to use a massive amount and then it just looks bad and then you're stuck with it on your face. Like, this just gives you that beautiful sheen and that like glow from within. Alright guys, I have just done my brows, popped on some lashes and done my lips. I used the same blush from Made by Mitchell that we used earlier for my lips and it looks so good. But thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know down in the comments what other videos you want to see from me, whether it's trying new products, testing a whole brand, full face of whatever, tutorials, etc. Please let me know because I'm having so much fun with this. And please make sure to like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And make sure you save this video for later, for when you're going out and you want to do your makeup, you can do it along with me and use all my tips and tricks. But have the best day. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.